Hello students, welcome to online classes of Geography of class 12. This is the first class of your chapter number 5, primary activities, and the topics that I'm going to discuss under this is economic activities, then features of hunting and gathering that comes under the first, that is a primary activity, nomadic herding, and commercial livestock rearing. Now first let us discuss what does the term economic activity means. Now every human activity is engaged in some or the other work to fulfill their own desire, demands, and while they are proceeding with such activities, they generate out income. So any of the activities that generate income is termed as economic activities. Now, the way to generate income can be of any standard or of any level. So, on that basis, economic activities are of four groups. Now, we all know what are those four groups. We have already studied primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Now, next, first, what is a primary activity? It is basically related to the physical environment, that is the natural environment. We directly obtain the products from the nature. And what are the work that is being included in the primary activity? It is the most oldest primary activity is hunting and gathering. Then comes fishing, lumbering, grazing, mining, and farming. Now, farming means agriculture. Now, these are the primary occupations, and here whatever they produce, they directly get the things from the nature. There is no need of transformation. Now, the people, those who are engaged in the primary activities, that means they are doing the outdoor works. Their nature of the work is outdoor. That group of workers are termed as red collar workers. You have to keep these things in your mind for your 1 mark questions. The group of workers, those who are engaged in primary activities, they are doing the outdoor nature of their work or outdoor work, they are termed as red collars. Now let us proceed with the oldest economic activity, that is the primary activity, that is hunting. Now the first feature of hunting is it is basically the practice by primitive society and they depend on wild animals. Now where does this type of activity prevails? Where the climatic condition is of extreme type. Either it is a hot desert or it is a cold desert areas. When it is practiced by the primitive society, obviously the tools that they are using, that means they are using primitive tools. Now, it has already been mentioned over here by the early hunters. Now, the hunting is totally prohibited now. Why? Because there are many species that have reached to the endangered categories or many of them has been extinct. So, thus wise, government has made the hunting activity as a prohibited one. So, nowadays there is no work under this category of hunting activity. Now, next is gathering. Now, early humans or the primitive society where those who are living in the harsh climatic condition, they practice this type of activity. And they used to gather the products or the materials from the forest. Now, when they are collecting something from the forest, it is basically for their own subsistence, that is for their own demand or for their own consumption. So gathering is subsistent and it is the oldest type of economic activity. Now for what they are practicing? For fulfilling their need of food, for fulfilling their need of clothing and for the shelter. Now next comes the gathering is basically when it is there, There is no sort of capital investment. Simply they collect the materials, and as well as there is very little level or very poor or low level of technology is being employed for this economic activity. And the production per person is very low. Why? Because it is not done on that scientific manner. It is very low, and as it is very low, surplus is not produced. The commercialized form of gathering is extraction. Now, with the advancement of technology, gathering, though it is the oldest economic activity, but now it has been advanced and it got its status of commercialization. Now, when it has got the status of commercialization, that means now it is termed as extraction. And here the capital investment is also there and the level of technology is also high. Now, these products are basically there not for self-consumption. Earlier, gathering matters were for self-consumption, and this is for the that is for the export or for earning foreign exchange. Now, just see examples of gathering. That is the primitive form of gathering. For food, they used to gather fruits and roots. For clothing, bark and leaves. For houses, bamboo, twigs and wood. For medicine, herbs. For fuel, wood. And examples of extraction are gums, chickles, rubber, wax, lac. There are many things we are using, extracting out, oil. So this is extraction. Now just giving an example, the chewing gum that is very much common for all the students or for all the children, it is extracted out juicy part from a tree, from a bark of a tree named as Zapota tree. So when the level of technology has developed and started investing, so the matter that they are collecting now, it is not termed as gathering, rather we term it as extraction. So these are the features now where basically gathering is being practiced. It is being practiced in the two zones. We divide it into two high latitude zones and the low latitude zones. Now the high latitude zones are northern Canada, northern Eurasia, southern Chile. These are the high latitude zones. And low latitude zones, Amazon basins, tropical Africa, northern part of Australia and interior Southeast Asia. Interior Southeast Asia, where we are having a that is a primitive characters of livelihood. So in these areas the gathering is being practiced or somewhere the extraction is also being done. Now we are moving to the next type of primary economic activity, that is nomadic herding. Now we term it as pastoralism. When any sort of economic activity that is basically depends upon the rearing of cattle, whether by the nomads or by the advanced society, we term that process or that activity as pastoralism. 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 Now first is nomadic herding. Now by the name it is clear that the cattle practice or the livestock practice is done by the tribal society or the nomadic tribes. Now what is the first feature? It is an extensive form, that is a large form of animal grazing on natural pastures where tribes move from one place to another in search of water and food. Now because they are nomadic, they don't have a settled life. So what is the resultant? They are unable to get the fodder for their cattle. So as a result, where they are getting the fodder, where they are getting the food for their cattle, they used to move from one place to another. That is why it is an extensive form of animal grazing. Next, it is basically confined to sparsely populated areas because where the climatic condition is harsh and there is no such advanced life or technological development, the people, those who are staying over there, they are less in number and they fulfill their demands by rearing the cattle in a nomadic manner. Next it is characterized by seasonal movement of animal. Seasonally they move. How? They move from uh, plains to the mountainous tract during the summer season when it is comparatively pleasant climatic condition over there, and just the vice versa during the winter from the mountainous top to the plain area they come back with their cattle or with their herds, and this seasonal movement of nomad is termed as transhumance. Now, as they have to fulfill their demands, so there is no specification of animals. Rather, the variety of animals they are that is they are keeping, and according to the climatic condition. Obviously, in the that is in the cold areas over there, the animals that they are keeping, it is not of the areas which are there in the hot areas or the hot desert regions. So by adapting the climatic condition, the animals are being reared out or they are being kept. Now next, it is basically subsistence form of grazing. That means for their self consumption. The tribes do not have their settled life. They are migratory in nature, and it is practiced in the semi-arid areas of Central Asia, Africa, Southwest Asia, tundra region of Eurasia. And the nomadic tribes in India, the nomadic tribes are Gujars, Bhagarwals, Gaddis. In the world, there are many other tribes like Kyrgyz, Maasai. Some of these important tribes, they are still practicing this nomadic herding. Now the last topic for today is commercial livestock rearing. Now from the name it is clear that it is also a livestock rearing, but it is in a commercial manner. That means it is not for self-consumption, rather it is meant for the market, for export purpose, to earn profit. Now, it is a large-scale domestication of animals on permanent grassland. That means it is not nomadic in nature. Rather, it is sedentary in nature. It is settled life. It is practiced in the temperate and the tropical grasslands where comparatively the climatic condition is moderate. The pasture grounds are termed as ranches. Over there, where it is a fixed grassland areas, it is termed as ranches, and they get permanent food supply for the cattle. Now, there is a specification of the domestication for the cattle. Either it is a 1 or maximum 2. Next, it is a commercial form for earning profit, and they are having a fixed landholding as they lead a settled life, and it is also practiced in sparsely populated areas. Now, why it is so? Because they need large stretch of area for domestication of the cattle, and as it is meant for the market, so they need profit, so they need huge products from the domesticated cattle. And if it is there in the densely populated areas, the ranches will be smaller in size and the number of the cattle will be less, so no good productions will not be there. As a result, it will not give much more benefit to the that is the group of the people performing the activities. Rearing of animal is practiced on scientific basis. That means capital investment and high level of technology is there in this commercial livestock rearing. And the areas where it is being practiced, it is practiced in New Zealand, Australia, Argentina, Uruguay, USA, and these are the basically the grassland areas. If you remember, Australia is having the downs, Argentina is having the pampas, USA is having the prairies, even in Wales and in steppes, these are some of the name of the temperate grassland where basically commercial livestock rearing is in practice. So these are the factors, features that is there for the commercial livestock rearing. Just note down everything in your copy. Worksheet is not given. If you are having any doubts related to today's discussion, just mention it in the comment section, and thank you for following today's class.